Welcome back to another video. Welcome to How to Battle. Thank you for being here today. Today I want to talk about something that I was inspired to talk about from reading a book that I was reading the other day. It's a Stoic teaching book, and I read this sentence that stuck with me, and it said, "Pretend today's the end." And when I read it, it reminded me of what people always say: live every day like it's your last, live like the world's going to end tomorrow. And to a certain degree, I kind of understand why people say that, but I think there's a better way to put that. I think that there's a better analogy than that. And I think that it's something that we can take on each day instead of living every day like it's our last. Because if every day is your last day, if you're living every day like it's your last, if you're living like the world's going to end tomorrow, what are you going to do, right? Maybe you're a person that wants to go out there and skydive. Maybe you want to go spend your days around all of your family, just staying indoors, talking, right? But if you live every day like that, how do you get anything done, right? You still have to go to work, you still have to function in society and do things. So you can't be in the house all day with your family every single day, appreciating them 24/7. You just can't do it. It's not realistic. You can't go skydiving every day. You can't go drive the Ferrari you've been dreaming about driving that day because the world's ending tomorrow. Who cares? You're gonna blow all your money. You can't live like that. And so I think there's a better way to put that we could actually do every single day, right? But it's just as powerful. And that's living with the warrior's mindset, living with the soldier's mindset, living like you're a soldier that is being sent out, being deployed out to go fight, right? Being deployed out to go stand guard, right? A soldier leaving. Because when a soldier leaves, what do? When a soldier is being deployed, they get all their affairs in order. They tell all the people that they care and they love how much they care and love them, appreciate them. They spend those moments, even if they're brief, because they gotta go. They spend those moments, the best moments they can. Those hugs really matter. Those kisses really matter. Those last words that they say to their kids really matter and resonate. They give 100% of themselves to those that they love. And not only that, they just make sure that everything's in order, right? They make sure all their things are situated, because when they leave, they know there's people behind that they're leaving. They count on that. And so you can live your life every day like that. You can live your life every single day like a soldier or a warrior being deployed out. And if you wake up every day and you have that mindset, then man, you're gonna live your life so much better, so much more fulfilled, feel so much more grateful. And then the impact you're gonna have on the people around you is gonna be amazing, because they're gonna be able to see you for who you truly are. You're not gonna see a soldier or a warrior being deployed out get into a fight with his wife or his kids over something so frivolous, right? Over something that's so petty, right? Because he's thinking because you're looking at a different perspective, like that's not that big of a deal, right? Those things that we fight over and we argue over with people that we care about are not really that big of a deal when we're getting ready to go and be deployed and not guaranteed we're gonna come back, right? We stay hopeful we're gonna come back. We obviously gonna send that message to the family like, I'll be back. But deep down inside, the people know, we know that might not happen. And that is how we can live every day. And each day, none of us are guaranteed to come back home. None of us are guaranteed to see that loved one again or that person in our life again, right? None of us are guaranteed to give 100% of ourselves into whatever work we're doing, right? Because maybe, when you're getting ready to be deployed, maybe you're a single person living alone, right? Maybe you're not around your family and you call them, but you're at home and you're alone. But maybe those moments before you're deployed, right, there's something that you've been wanting to do. And there's something that you've been wanting to get accomplished or get started on, that book, or maybe a message you've been hesitant to send somebody that you really want to send. In that moment, you're going to do it, because you may never have that moment again. So every single day you go into your life living like a warrior that's going to be deployed, you go into each day with a completely different perspective and outlook, and it's a completely different energy you give out. So instead of living every day like it's your last, right, like the world's going to end tomorrow, live every day like you're going to be deployed out and you're a soldier getting ready to go out there and fight, stand guard, and potentially never come back. Think like that. And that's how I think, and that's how I've been thinking for many years. When I went to prison, I really quickly understood that no day is promised in there, just like out here in the world. But in prison, you're seeing murder so much. Like, I see people killed every week. People are talking that you're talking to every day, we're walking laps with, people that I'm sharing food with, people that I shared deep conversations with. A week later, they're dead. They brutally murdered on the yard by people that they trusted. And so for me, like, always being close to death, having that encounter with death a lot, seeing it and being a part of things in there that make me feel like I might not make it out, right? So every chance that I was able to get on that phone for 15 minutes every few days to talk to my loved one, I made sure that that counted. I made sure that I told them I love them. I made sure that I put good energy out there. And even though I was feeling like stuff inside that I could have been talking about and making their life more negative because I'm talking about all these feelings, I try to look at the positive and look at something good that I can give them. And so I constantly studied and I read so that way when I had those conversations and when I wrote those letters, I can give something positive to the people out there in case they never talk to me again. All right, so that way if I was to die that night, they have a letter or our last conversation was around some way that I've grown and evolved as a man. And I wanted them to be able to be at peace with that. It's very hard to lose somebody in prison, somebody that gets killed in prison, because there's this old saying and feeling in prison that if you die in prison, your soul remains. And it's just hard to lose a person in prison because that person died in a situation that he or she wasn't happy in, which is being in confinement. And so I didn't want that to be my last thought on people's mind, that I died in a place that I was truly unhappy. I wanted them to look at me, if I passed away, that I died a changed man who had a great perspective on life and who was okay with my situation no matter what happened. And so you have to put that out there to people every chance you talk to them. And in prison, every phone call, every visit that I got, every few months I would get a visit, maybe sometimes I wouldn't, but every visit, before and after that visit, I would give my mom or I would give the person that came to visit me a hug and truly tell them how much I appreciate them coming to spend an hour or two with me, to share that moment with me. And I would give 100% of myself to that moment because I knew that may be my last moment. And so I took that when I got out of prison and I apply that today. And I don't always hit my mark. I make mistakes and sometimes I lose sight and I lose focus, but I quickly check myself and I realize that, oh yeah, you need to be grateful. You need to tell the people in your life how much you love and appreciate them, or show them more than tell them. But do both, because you're a warrior every single day. You step outside every single day when you go out there and pursue whatever you're pursuing. You may not come back. And so if you live your life like that, your whole mindset starts to shift. And so when people ask me, how should I live my life? Where should I start? The one thing you can do right now, and you can start it now, is live every day like a warrior, live every day like a soldier that's being sent for deployment, that's being sent out to war, to stand guard. Live your day every single day like that. That's one way to start, because it immediately shifts everything, right? And sometimes you have to even pretend. Sometimes you have to trick your own brain, right? And so these are things that you can do that completely shift your mindset and change you. And it worked for me and I still do it. So, but I wanted to share that with you because I feel like we all hear the cliche, live every day like it's your last, live like the world's gonna end. I think this one's more important. Live like a warrior that's gonna be deployed, that's going out into war each day. Get your affairs in order, hug your family, kiss your family, appreciate them as much as you can in that moment, but go out and do what you gotta do, right? But appreciate those moments. Like, act like there's a possibility that you may not come back, because there is. And so I hope that resonates with you and you can start to put that into play. Please remember to share, like, subscribe, comment. Let me know once you start implementing this in your life, how it works for you. And I'll be at you with another video next week. I'm dropping videos every single week on different topics, and I look forward to sharing something else with you next time. So until then, peace.